Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the gym here at Boston University Academy in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys basketball contest between the hosting Terriers of Boston University Academy and the visiting Boston Trinity Academy Lions. I'll tell you, I'm real excited for this one, folks. If you've been following my streams over the past few years, you know I've done a number of streams of both of these teams separately, but I've never quite done a stream of these two teams facing off against each other. So I'm really excited for this one here. And of course, this matchup possible because Boston University Academy was promoted within the Massachusetts Bay Independent League just this year, up from Division II to Division I. Both teams strong coming into this one. And with that in mind, let's take a look at the rosters coming into today. We'll start with the home team here on our left in their red jerseys and white jersey numbers, the BUA Terriers. Going in order of jersey number for BUA, first off, we have number 00, Nathan Capellan. Next, number 0, Ollie Kukler. Number 1, Mason Chen. Number 2, Michael Butler. Number 10, Lucas Zaraga. Number 11, Jack Connors. Number 21, Efrain Morales. Number 25, Veer Mehta. Number 34, Yergos Asikas. Number 43, Sam Fisher. And number 45, Patrick Tajum. Head coach of the Boston University Academy boys basketball team is Bill Willis. So that's the roster for BUA. Now let's move over to the right. You can see we're at a bit of an angle here at the BUA gym, but you can still see over on the far side there in their white jerseys with green jersey numbers, the visiting Boston Trinity Academy Lions. Going through the roster for the Lions, first off, we have number 0, Adeboyega Ademipo. Next, number 2, Caden McCusker. Number 4, Ian Karanega. Number 5, Kyle Chan. Number 13, Jabrian Prevalon. Number 14, Zachary Kleinsasser. Number 20, Benjamin Gao. Number 21, Kyle Martin. Number 23, Moses Long. Number 30, Noah Pucci. Number 32, Elijah Nolan. And number 33, Johnson Chen. Head coach of the Boston Trinity Academy boys basketball team is Artis Street, with team managers Alexander DiNapoli and Nathan Saint. So those are the rosters for the two teams coming into today. And a note to anyone tuning in watching this live, first off, thank you for tuning in. But second off, if you notice me messing up the pronunciation of any names of the players on either team, I encourage you to correct me in the live chat. You know, I want to give these young men the best coverage I possibly can, and to me, part of that means getting their names said correctly. You know, it also does, does my anxiety brain good to know for sure if I get a correction, I know for sure I'm getting the name right, as opposed to just hoping that my first guess was correct. And of course, I encourage any and all other forms of audience participation. either in the live chat or through email. If you're not able to access YouTube's live chat system, you can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen there. Again, if you notice me flubbing any names, but also if you notice any technical problems going on with the stream, if there's anything going wrong with the video or anything with the audio, you know, you never know. It may be something that somehow I don't notice on my end, like maybe the sound sounds fine in my headset, but it doesn't sound fine to you guys tuning in. I encourage you to speak up and say something. It might be something that's easy for me to fix, so don't hesitate to speak up with that. And then on the more fun side, if you just want to say, you know, go Lions or go Terriers, you know, no matter who it is you're rooting for, we appreciate fans showing support and bringing the good vibes in the live chat. And then, of course, we encourage, you know, specific shout-outs to specific players. If you're tuning in to watch a family member or a friend, you know, you want to give them a shout-out in the live chat, we highly encourage that. And then if you want to let us know where it is you're tuning in from, you know, with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world, sometimes, you know, you might hear about someone tuning in from a different state, or on the rare occasion, maybe even a different country, which can be really fun to hear about. You know, really shows how these wonderful games can bring people together. So highly encourage that. And any other thoughts or feelings you might have while watching this game, I encourage you to contribute in the live chat or in email. And as always, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. But for now, the pregame clock winding down. You can see the clock on the scoreboard cam we have there in the bottom left corner of your screen. You can see the score ticking down in the bottom left corner of that scoreboard they have set up here at the gym, as it's got about 25 seconds left on the pregame clock, so we'll soon be getting our starting lineups and the opening tip-off of this ball game. All right, the BUA starters coming out onto the floor. We see among them number 0, Ollie Kukler, number 00, Nathan Capellan, number 25, Veer Mehta, number 11, Jack Connors, and number 34, Yergos Asikis. And now here come the Lions. Starting for BTA, we see number 2, Caden McCusker, number 14, Zach Kleinsasser, number 21, Kyle Martin, number 4, Ian Karanega, and number 32, Elijah Nolan. Teams set up for the opening tip-off. The scoreboard cam, as you can see in the bottom left corner of your screen, we got 16 minutes on the clock for the first of 2 halves here at BUA. Opening tip will be between Yergos Asikis and Kyle Martin, and here we go. Martin sends that tip flying down the court, chased down by McCusker, kicks it out, and a 3-ball immediately from Elijah Nolan. BTA wasting no time and BUA wasting no time, but they throw it away. Intercepted by Karanega. Pass across to Martin. Martin gives it over. Nolan tries for 3 again. No good this time. Rebound by Asikis. Capellan gives it over to Mehta. Back to Capellan as they bring it up. Given to Connors. Connors throws around the corner. Intercepted. Nice pickoff by Kyle Martin. Martin running the floor, throws to the corner. McCusker for 3. No good. Short. Rebounded again by Asikis. Now Mehta bringing it up. Gives to Connors just across half court. Looking around. Gives back to Mehta. Meta looking around, floats one up to Connors. Connors goes backdoor to Kukler, pass out, intercepted, not intercepted, recovered by Kukler, pass out to Meta. Meta pass inside, Capellan fakes, gives out, Meta, long two, hits it. Nothing but net from Veer Meta for BUA's first points of the day. Now Martin with the ball at the top, gives over to Kleinsasser. Kleinsasser runs in, juggled the ball there and just lost it out of his hands. It's recovered by Meta. Given now to Capellan. Capellan floats a little high but gets to Connors. Connors back up top to Meta, around Capellan, inside Asikis. Asikis fires from the stripe, hits it and one. BUA takes the lead 4-3 off the mid-range jumper from Yurgos Asikis, who will go to the line for the and one. Off on the and one, rebound McCusker. McCusker walks it up, throws to the corner. Karanega tries for three and hits it. Ian Karanega puts the lead firmly back in the Lions' hands at 6-4. Connors getting trapped. Ball's ripped away, but they call jump ball. Possession arrow will go to BUA since BTA won the opening tip-off. But the next jump ball will go to BTA, but for now an inbound to Kukler. Kukler holding in the corner, gives to Asikis, barely recovers it, goes inside, layup is good. Yurgos Asikis ties us up at 6. McCusker gives to Martin. Martin to McCusker. Back to Martin. Surveying. Goes back to McCusker, tries for three and hits it. Nothing but net from Caden McCusker as BTA is living by the three ball right now. All of their points from beyond the arc as they lead 9-6. Capellan goes inside to Asikis. Asikis driving, gives a pass to Kukler, who tries to go back to Asikis, stolen away by Martin, tried to save it inbounds. Race for the ball is won by Kukler. Puts up a shot and hits it. A wild scramble for the ball on that play. And Ollie Kukler ultimately wins the hustle battle there for his first bucket of the day. Martin gives to McCusker, wide open for three, and he takes advantage. Caden McCusker with 6 points, the first player for BTA to hit multiple shots from the field as we got a timeout called. Taking a look at the replay, you can see the zone D was over pursuing as Kleinsasser cut into the paint, and McCusker was left all alone on the wing for a wide open three. Nothing but net once again as he leads all scorers with 6 of BTA's 12 points thus far. Ian Karanega and Elijah Nolan have also each hit one shot from three, as the Lions have yet to make a basket inside the arc, but so far they haven't needed it, as they've got a 12-8 lead purely off the three ball. For the Terriers, Yurgos Asikis leading the way with 4 points. Ollie Kukler and Veer Meta with 2 points each as they're fighting for it the old-fashioned way inside the arc. It's all 3-pointers against all 2-pointers, and you can literally see the difference as each team has made 4 shots from the field, resulting in a 4-point difference in favor of the team hitting the three balls. Don't you just love math, folks? Out of the timeout, Capellan throws up to Connors. Connors pass for Capellan, juggled, but he chases after it and recovers it. Chucks one up to Asikis, who gives to Meta as they finally break the press. Running in, Meta tries the extra pass, stolen by Kleinsasser, but again had to save it in bounds as this ball goes bouncing everywhere. Again, Kukler recovers it as BUA resets at the top. Capellan gives to Meta, running inside, blocked by McCusker. And that ball bounces out of bounds. It'll be BTA ball. Great hustle on the help defense by Caden McCusker to block him from behind there as he now inbounds the ball to Martin. Martin swings it to McCusker on the wing, back up top to Martin. Martin Goes to number 10, who has just checked in. Now goes to the corner, and McCusker again. Eaten good from downtown. Caden McCusker with 9 points here in the opening minutes. Meta up top to Connors. Connors tries for three. Off the mark, rebound, chased down by Capellan, gives to Asikis. Asikis on the dribble drive, forcing his way through, missed the layup, unlucky rim bounce. Rebound by Kleinsasser. Kleinsasser running the floor in transition, runs into the corner and loses the ball along the sidelines. My apologies, we got a bit of a blind spot with this divider thing they got here in the gym, but I'll do my best to follow the action in that near side corner. Substitutions for BTA, checking in number 30, Noah Pucci, and number 5, Kyle Chan. Capellan gives to Connors, throws it across half court to number 2, Michael Butler. Butler throws out to Connors. Connors inside to Kukler. Kukler looking around, goes back out to Connors, tries for three from the top and hits it. We've finally broken the dichotomy of all three-pointers for BTA and all two-pointers for BUA, as Connors hits the first shot from downtown for the Terriers. McCusker goes inside to number 10, back out to McCusker, dribbling in, stepping out. Pressured by Connors on defense and lost his dribble out of bounds. Second straight possession that a BTA player has just lost control of their dribble near the sideline. As BUA breaks across half court, Connors with the ball, tries for three again and hits. Jack Connors finding his rhythm, and just like that, BUA cuts the lead down to 1. McCusker hands off to Pucci. Gives it back to McCusker, now back to Pucci. Across to 10. 10 gives to McCusker. He tries for three, no good. Tried to fire up a contested shot there as nothing was cutting open, but just couldn't hit that one. Connors gives to Capellan. Capellan to Asikis. Throws one, blocked by McCusker, intercepted by 10. 10 running the floor in transition. No good on the fast break lay-in. Might have been blocked by Asikis. A scramble for the loose ball, and that's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow now to BTA. We got a substitution. Kyle Martin back in the game, replacing number 10 for BTA. Pucci looking around for the inbound, floats it up to McCusker, who throws it right back to an open Martin. Step back three from the corner, hits it. Kyle Martin with his first bucket, and what else would it be but a three ball? As Martin knocks that one out of bounds, it'll stay with the Terriers. All 18 points for BTA from beyond the arc so far here in the first half. Asikis trying for three, no good, rebound Pucci. Now McCusker walking it up. Gives to Pucci. Gives back to McCusker. In the corner, pass away from the trap to Martin. Mid-range jumper goes. And now we have fully broken that dichotomy as BTA hits their first shot from inside the arc. Kyle Martin now with 5 points today. Connors gets it across half court to Kukler, hands off to Asikis, going inside, layup is good. You know, sometimes you live by the press and you die by the press. If the team is able to break that press, they can find themselves with a wide open chance like BUA got there. Now a corner three attempted from Kyle Chan, no good, rebound Kukler. Capellan throws it across half court to Connors, back to Capellan, now over to Butler, back to Capellan. Capellan looking around, gives back to Connors, throws out of reach for Asikis, but it's recovered again by Kukler. He's been the master of recovering loose balls as he hits a fadeaway there. As that cuts the BTA lead down to 3, another timeout is called. As we take a look back at the replay of that last mid-range jumper by Kyle Martin. Good read by Caden McCusker as the double team was coming. You know, when a double team comes, you got to be fast and decisive and read the court well. to know where the open man is. And that's exactly what McCusker did there for the nice assist. And Martin finishing on the mid-range. 20-17, BTA leads BUA. 9 points for Caden McCusker, leading all scorers. While for BUA, Jack Connors and Yergos Asikas with 6 points each. Out of the timeout, Martin walks it up for BTA. Gives to McCusker, to the corner to Chan. Chan getting doubled. Pass gets away to Martin. Martin dribbling, throws, intercepted by Kukler. Gives to Asikas, up to Connors. Connors decides to slow the action down. Connors now with the ball at the top. Looking around, floats pass over to number 43, Sam Fisher. They're working it around the perimeter. Now Asikas with it. Asikas blocked by McCusker, and they're going to call a jump ball because McCusker knocked it loose, but then Asikas caught it. So it's not a travel because it was knocked loose, but it's, also not a, proper dribble. So they called the jump ball, possession arrow BUA. Asikas turnaround shot no good, but draws the foul. They call that foul on number 30, Noah Pucci. That's the second team foul against BTA here in the first half. And Asikas gets the rim roll on the first free throw. Subs coming in for BTA, number 14, Zach Kleinsasser back in the game, as is number 32, Elijah Nolan. They replace Pucci and McCusker. Second free throw is missed, tipped into open space, recovered by Chan. A player's down hurt, that's Nolan, as we're going to get a stoppage here for the injury. It was another mad scramble for the ball. We've had a few of those here in the first half. Elijah Nolan went down. He's getting back up. He's walking off on his own power. It's nice to see. It looks like he's reaching at his lower back. Here's hoping that's one of those injuries that just hurts a lot in the moment, but in the long term, everything is okay. Checking in place of the injured Nolan will be number 33, Johnson Chen. As the ball is thrown to Kyle Chan, given to Martin, over to Chan, tries for three, no good. Rebound, recovered by Butler, and an over-the-back foul is going to be called on Kleinsasser. Walking it up is Connors. Gives it over to Butler. Back to Connors. Looking around, gives to Fisher. Back to Connors. Off a screen. Gets doubled. Pass. Fisher for three. No good. Rebound chased down by Kleinsasser. Trapped in the corner. Tried to throw it off Kukler, but Kukler took it away. Throws out to Connors. Tries for three. No good. Rebound by Chan. Chan racing up the sideline, gets around his defender, running in transition. Layup is blocked by Butler and recovered by Connors. 20-18, the score in favor of BTA. Connors with the ball, dribbled it off his own foot, dives to fall on it, does, passes out to Butler as BUA keeps possession. Asikas against Martin now. Pass out, Butler, gives to Fisher, back to Butler. Around to Asikas. Asikas trying to fight his way through. Blocked by Martin. We've had some nice blocks from the BTA defense and the BUA defense. A game being played in tight quarters here in Boston. Connors tries for three. No good. Rebound bounces to Chan. Chan running in transition. Throws out to Chen. Chen stops, kicks out. Martin fakes, runs baseline, kicks out to Kleinsasser, tries to step in, kicks out. Chen across to Karanega, and now over to the corner to Chan. Chan goes inside, Kleinsasser running baseline, draws a foul. I think they called that foul before the shot. And indeed, it'll be a non-shooting foul. It will be an inbound. Kleinsasser looking for the inbound, gets it into Martin. Martin swings it over to Chan. Chan to the corner. Now inside Kleinsasser. Kleinsasser double dribbles. That's that hesitation. Sometimes you're thinking pass, and then you see the pass you're looking for is covered, and so you wait that extra half second, but in doing so you end up dribbling again and committing that violation. Connors to Fisher, inside Asikas, back and down, turnaround, shot no good. Good defense again by Kyle Martin in the post. It will stay with BUA here as McCusker checks back in for Martin. Inbound, knocked out of bounds. Last touched by BTA as Chan disrupted that inbound. Connors inbounds to Fisher, gives to Butler. Inside Kukler, surrounded, goes inside, layup won't go. Rebound McCusker, running in transition now. Going inside, layup won't go. Too many defenders in there, and it's last touched by McCusker going out of bounds. Connors now walking it up for BUA. Gives to Fisher. Now back to Connors. Floats it inside Asikas. Quick turnaround layup won't go. Rebound Kukler, and Kukler puts it back for two. 6 points now for Ollie Kukler as BUA has tied the game at 20 points apiece after a bit of a scoring drought on both sides for a stretch there. Kleinsasser gives it out to McCusker. No good on the three ball. Rebound Kukler. Throws it up to Connors. Up to Fisher. Back to Connors. And back to Fisher, who's open for three. No good. Rebound dropped by Karanega. Goes right to Kukler. And Kukler, who has been all over the loose balls, now leads BUA with 8 points as they take a 22-20 lead. BUA has not made a shot since that mid-range two-pointer from Kyle Martin, which I was showing the replay from at our last time out. It was a bit of low scoring on both sides, but BUA finding a few quick buckets here, back-to-back, to flip the script and take the lead 22-20. Scoring totals for BTA so far: McCusker leading all scorers with 9, Martin with 5, Karanega and Nolan with 3 points each. For BUA, 8 points from Ollie Kukler, 7 from Yergos Asikas, 6 from Jack Connors, and 2 from Veer Mehta. So the exact same number of point scorers on both sides, and a relatively equal spread in terms of how the scoring has spread out. But a real difference in what's been working for BUA outside of those two three balls from Jack Connors. They've had to fight inside, fight for loose balls, and fight for rebounds to get their looks from close range, trying to take advantage of the superior size they get from Asikas and Kukler down low. Meanwhile, for BTA, they've been living and dying by the three ball. Just one shot made from inside the arc so far. McCusker throws across to Chan, inside Kleinsasser, goes backdoor to Karanega, layup goes. Call that a bit of an announcer jinx, as right after I was talking about how they were living and dying by the three ball, they decide to go inside with a nice set of passing there. Connors gives to Fisher, throws across to Butler. Butler gives back to Connors at the top. Connors over to Fisher, around to Kukler. Kukler steps in, kicks out. Butler fakes, throws up top to Connors. Connors to Fisher. Across to Butler. To Asikas now. Floats inside to Kukler. Goes inside. Blocked. Kleinsasser and Karanega on the double team there. McCusker running in transition. Goes up for the layup and hits it. Really nice timing on that left-handed layup from McCusker as he timed that up well to sneak it past the taller Yurgos Asikas. And McCusker will be the first player from either side to reach double figures today. He's got 11. A reach foul is called against Karanega, as now it's BTA's turn to flip the script with 4 unanswered points. They go up 24-22 as a timeout is called. Looking at the replay again, you can see McCusker speeding around one defender, and you can see Asikas ready to defend that one, but McCusker just positioned his body so well, and just a slick move inside with the left hand. You know, you figure a guy coming from your right is going to go for, you know, a right-handed layup to keep it away from the shot blocker. But with the height advantage that Asikas had, you could tell he was kind of waiting to try and time his jump to swat that one away. And McCusker just, you know, kind of hit the fast-forward button on his layup, went to his offhand, and just silky smooth on the finish there, as he's now got 11 points to lead all scores. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock here in the first half of what is turning into a very nice, close, back-and-forth affair between the Lions and Terriers. Inbound goes to Connors. Connors floats it inside to Asikas, gives to Kukler, back and down, blocked from behind again by McCusker. BTA has been so strong on those help defense plays to get the blocks, again, despite the height advantage of guys like Asikas and Kukler. Asikas from the corner, off on the 3-ball, rebound McCusker, floats it over to Martin, who brings it up. Martin running in, getting trapped from behind, throws it out to Karanega, swings it over. McCusker open for 3 and takes advantage again. Great ball movement by BTA. Started with a great read by Kyle Martin, anticipating the trap defense and passing away from it to start that quick move around the perimeter to get McCusker open. Asikas' pass tipped but recovered by Meta, given to Connors. Connors spinning around, looking for his options, gives it out to Meta. Meta pass to Asikas. Asikas running in, battling through, draws a reach foul. No shot. And it will be an inbound for BUA. 7 unanswered points by the Lions. The Terriers trying to break that streak. Meta gives to Connors, back to Meta, over to number 45, Patrick Todgham. Asikas with the ball now, back and down, lost it as the swarm came in to knock that ball loose. Martin bringing it up in transition, throws out Kleinsasser for 3, hits it. The scoring drive continues for BTA as Zachary Kleinsasser with his first bucket of the day. Almost stolen there by Martin, but the pass does get to Meta. Now to Connors, over to Asikas. Asikas looking around, throws it inside. Connors blocked, but not cleanly as the foul is called on Kleinsasser. That is 5 team fouls now against BTA here in the first half. 2 more until the bonus, as Jack Connors will go to the line to shoot 2. Hits the first of 2. That breaks the 10-0 run by the Lions as they went from a 22-20 deficit to a 30-22 lead, now 30-23 after the free throw. Connors off on the second free throw, rebound by Nolan, who is back in the game. Nice to see him after leaving due to an injury, but he gets trapped there. Oh, but the pass thrown away by Capellan. So like I was saying, nice to see that Elijah Nolan is okay after he left briefly Now McCusker gives to Pucci, back to McCusker, inside Nolan, outside to number 10, but it's juggled and lost, and it's going to stay with BTA, last touched by the Terriers. Inbound goes to Nolan, tries for three, no good, in and out. Rebound tipped but recovered by Capellan. Connors gives to Meta. Now gives to Kukler, out to Capellan. Back to Meta. Now back to Capellan. Back to Meta, around to Connors. Connors tries for three and hits. Jack Connors, the first Terrier to reach double figures. He's got 10 with his third three-pointer of the first half. McCusker throws it across to number 10. Back to McCusker. McCusker running in, floater won't go, might have been blocked. Recovered by Kukler and given to Connors. Again, the size of BUA so hard to fight against as Meta goes inside, blocked by McCusker. Put back from Asikas, no good, but on the third chance, he hits it, and he's now got 9. McCusker walking it up. Over to Pucci. Pucci throws it across to 10. Back to Pucci. Now to McCusker. McCusker tries for three, hits it again. Caden McCusker at the halftime buzzer. His 5th three-pointer of the first half as he leads all scorers with 17 of his team's 33 points as they go into the halftime break, leading 33-28. Like I said, what a wild back-and-forth affair. BTA seemed to break things open with a 10-0 run going up 30-22, but then BUA answers with a 6-0 run of their own. That was catalyzed by 4 points from Jack Connors, who leads BUA with 10 points. But BTA got the last word in with that 3-ball by McCusker. As I said, McCusker with 17 points to lead the Lions. Ian Karanega and Kyle Martin with 5 points each. Zach Kleinsasser and Elijah Nolan with 3 points each. For BUA, Jack Connors leading the way with 10. Yergos Asikas with 9. Ollie Kukler with 8. And Veer Meta with 2. Oh, I forgot to... I think I missed a point somewhere. I think I missed a free throw by Asikas. That's what I think I missed. Or maybe I missed... You know what? I might have missed a free throw by Connors. But either way, our score at halftime, BTA 33, BUA 28. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic for halftime, but I'll be back with the second half. Stay tuned. Hello again, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Boston University Academy in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second half of today's high school varsity boys basketball contest between the Boston Trinity Academy Lions and the Boston University Academy Terriers. BTA with a 33-28 lead as they start with the first possession of the half. Kyle Martin barely gets that pass away to Zach Kleinsasser, gives back to Martin, goes for a shot, no good. Rebound won by Jack Connors. Connors bringing it up. Pass away from the double team to Veer Mehta, now gives it over to Capellan. Pass inside, disrupted by Ian Karanega, recovered by Kukler, but a jump ball forced by Caden McCusker. Possession arrow to BUA. Inbound goes to Connors. Connors gives it back to Nathan Capellan. Back to Mehta. Hands off to Capellan. Back to Connors. Connors across, gives to Mehta. Back to Connors. To Capellan, to Connors. They work around the perimeter looking for their opening. Now Capellan throws it back to Mehta. Capellan and Connors off a screen. They're trying to look inside. Now they float it into Asikas. Backdoor to Kukler. Layup won't go. Rebound by McCusker. Sprinting up in transition. Going up. Shot is good. Caden McCusker fittingly with the first basket of the second half as he leads all scorers with 19 points. Only his second shot made from inside the arc as he had 5 threes in the first half. Connors throws inside to Asikas, kicks out, dropped by Mehta, but he recovers it, gives to Capellan. Capellan over to Connors, tries for three, no good, rebound tipped, but recovered by Martin. Martin walks it up, running inside, and a foul is called before the shot. (35-28), the BTA lead as they get ready to inbound off the foul there. A substitution for the Terriers, number 43, Sam Fisher, in for Veer Mehta. Kleinsasser looking for the inbound, goes to Martin, mid-range jumper, won't go. Rebound tipped and won by Asikas. Connors bringing it up. Off a screen, gets across half court, picks up his dribble, throws it up to Capellan, tries for three, banks it in. Nathan Capellan with his first points of the day as he banks in the tray. McCusker gives to Martin. Inside Kleinsasser. Kleinsasser driving. Threw a desperate shot as the pass wasn't there, but it went right off the front rim. Asikas in transition. Pass out to Fisher. Over to Capellan. Tries for three again. Sails it. Rebound by McCusker. McCusker running in transition. Stops. Sets up on the perimeter. Swings it to Nolan. Elijah Nolan for three. Nothing but net from Nolan. As he gets his second tray of the day, he's got 6 points. Asikas draws the reach-in foul. That's going to be called on Kleinsasser. The scoreboard doesn't show personal foul counts, but Kleinsasser might be getting himself into a bit of foul trouble here, as I think he's got 3 personal. I'm not sure. Inbound goes to Kukler. Kukler battling down low, can't fight through the several defenders. Loose ball was picked up by McCusker and now recovered by number 10. Throws it to Martin. Martin dribbling in, step back long two, hits it. Kyle Martin now with 7 points. As Asikas gives to Fisher. Fisher gets the pass over to Connors. Now to Capellan. Hands off to Connors. Connors looking, gives to Kukler. Out to Capellan. Capellan looking, gives to Connors. Connors looking, pass to Kukler. Now out to Connors, over to Fisher. Fisher to Asikas. Down low to Kukler. And I think they're going to call the reach foul on Martin that time. Was trying to get a jump ball, but caught too much arm and not enough ball. So that'll be the second team foul of the second half for BTA. Again, once they reach 7, then we'll have the bonus free throws. Connors tries for 3, no good. Rebound, Martin. Martin throws it up to McCusker. McCusker dribbling in, kicks out. 3 ball from Nolan, no good. Rebound, Fisher. Asikis gives it to Connors, who walks it up. Connors to Asikis, back to Connors, over to Capellan. Capellan throws to Fisher, gives it to Capellan. Now to Michael Butler, back to Capellan and to Fisher. And back to Capellan as they look around, and a pass intercepted. Kyle Martin, fast break. Oh, he juggled it and couldn't finish. I think he was thinking dunk on that one, but then a hand came in and disrupted his handles at the last second. Connors stolen away by 10. 10 running the fast break. Floats a pass, deflected away by Capellan and recovered by Connors. Unsuccessful on the fast break on back-to-back tries for BTA as a timeout is called by BUA, with the Lions now leading by 9. Last bucket made by Kyle Martin, a nice pull-up from mid-range, as he's got 7 points, second on BTA in scoring, behind 19 from Caden McCusker so far. Elijah Nolan with 6, Ian Caranego with 5, and Zach Kleinsasser with 3. For BUA, the only 3 points they've gotten so far in the second half have come from Nathan Capellan. Those were his first points of the game. 2 points from Veer Mehta, 8 from Ollie Kukler, 9 from Yergos Asikis, and 11 from Jack Connors. Okay, so I think number 10 is actually Jabrian Prevalon, who was listed as number 13 on the roster. He's apparently listed as JB on the score sheet, which, you know, makes sense. So I'm going to refer to him as Prevalon so far, as that's another 3 ball from Jack Connors, his first of the second half. As Martin runs in, kicks out to McCusker. McCusker runs down to the baseline, going across, pass, misses, chased down by Johnson Chen, runs in, kicks out, Prevalon for 3, hits it! Found out his name just in time for his first bucket of the day. JB Prevalon with a 3 ball to answer right back as BTA goes back up by 9. Yergos Asikis can't answer with the 3, gets his own rebound, but it's wrestled loose by McCusker, throws up, Martin chases it down, spinning off the defender and hitting the left-handed layup for 2. 9 points now for Kyle Martin. Mehta with the ball, gives to Capellan. Now over to Asikis, who's playing far away from the basket. Gives to Mehta, to Capellan, to Connors. Now to Asikis, inside Kukler, turns around, goes in. Ball was knocked free by Martin, and I don't think they called a foul. I think they just called out of bounds on that play. So again, quick hands on the help defense by the Lions has been so critical for them when battling against the size of Asikis and Kukler. Kukler backing down, turnaround, shot won't go, own rebound, putback is good, and draws the foul. Ollie Kukler, the second BUA player to reach double figures today, he's got 10 and is going to the line for the and 1. And he hits the and 1. McCusker walking it up. Tried to drive, but wasn't there. Pass inside Nolan, back out McCusker, tries for 3, swish. Caden McCusker's been unstoppable from three-point land so far today. 6 trays as Capellan tries to answer, cannot hit from 3. Offensive board by Kukler, putback won't go. Another offensive board, and Asikis hits the putback. The third Terrier to reach double figures. He's got 11. Chan gives to McCusker. McCusker with 22 points. He gives to Chan. Chan to Nolan, disrupted from behind by Capellan. Prevalon recovers the loose ball, throws it out to Chen. Chen across to Chan. Chan for 3, short. Rebound to Asikis. Gives now to Connors, who runs it. Cross half court, gives to Kukler. Now hands it off to Connors, tries for 3 again, no good. Rebound Capellan, chucks it out to Asikis. Asikis from the top, tries for 3, short. Rebound Capellan. BUA strong on the offensive boards these past couple possessions as Connors again won't go on the 3, but another rebound by Kukler, and he gets the 4th chance bucket to go. 13 points now for Ollie Kukler as BUA trying to claw away at the BTA lead. 48-41 the score as Chan gives to McCusker. Running through, kicks out to Chen. Over to Chan. Chan to McCusker. Fakes, runs into the baseline, turns around. Escapes the double team and resets from the top. Pass to Chan. Chan drives, layup won't go. Rebound Kukler. Limited angle for the layup there for Kyle Chan with the size of Asikis as Capellan tries for 3, won't go. Rebound McCusker, and a foul called on Kukler as he tried to go for a quick steal there, but too much body contact, and that's going to draw the foul every time. First team foul against BUA compared to 3 on BTA so far here in the second half. We're at about the midway point of the second half. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, as you can see in the bottom left corner. Kleinsasser with the ball, gives to Nolan. Now over to Chan. Now to Martin, who's back in. Martin lost the ball. Diving on the ball was Asikis, or no, it was Kukler, and I think a loose ball foul was called against BTA for jumping on top of him trying to get the ball. 48-41, the Lions lead the Terriers. Capellan throws it across to Connors, inside Asikis. Asikis backing down, swarmed, turnaround shot, won't go, but draws the foul. Again, that swarming help defense from BTA has been everything, especially in the post. When trying to guard guys like Asikis and Kukler, but sometimes come in a little too aggressive on that help and you make too much contact and draw the foul. Asikis hits the first of 2 free throws. They're checking in with the scorers table to make sure they've, I guess, got the right personal foul counts, I think. Okay, now that all of that's settled, Asikis lining up for his second of 2 free throws. And he hits them both. 2 for 2 at the line, and Asikis now with 13 points as Martin, sprinting around a defender, throws to the corner. Chan tries a mid-range, no good. Rebound Capellan. 48-43 as Connors floats one over to Capellan, who tries a quick 3, won't go. Rebound bounces into the waiting arms of Martin. Martin throws it up. Chan tries for 3. No good. Gets his own rebound. Pass out. Martin tries for 3. No good. Rebound Chan. A long 2. Won't go. Rebound Asikis. No rim luck for the Lions on that possession, as Capellan gives it to Meta. Back to Capellan. Across to Connors. Back to Meta. Meta over to Connors, to Capellan, now to Asikas. They work it around the perimeter. Connors goes inside to Kukler. Kukler backing down, getting swarmed by defenders. Finally passed out to Asikas, who gives it to Meta as they reset along the perimeter. Capellan throws to Connors at the top, back to Capellan. Over to Meta. Back to Connors. And Connors goes stumbling as he's fouled by Noah Pucci. Inbound, broken up by Pucci, recovered by Martin, and now Martin sprinting up the floor, goes up, layup won't go. No rim luck for Kyle Martin in this game as he misses on a contested fast break layup. Connors, pass away to Asikas, fakes, goes in, kicks out. Connors from the top, starts to drive. Ball's knocked loose by Chan, but it's tipped over to Meta. Connors inside to Kukler. Kukler stripped of the ball by Martin, and Martin draws a reach foul as he was trying to break away on the fast break again, but that time drew contact from Asikas. .5:42 on the clock here in the second half in what is still a two-possession game. BTA leading by 5. Martin gives to Nolan, inside Kleinsasser, outside Martin. Martin steps, long two, no good. Rebound, a jump ball forced. Great hustle by Zach Kleinsasser. He's been playing a scrappy physical game all day today. And the possession arrow goes to BTA as the Lions call timeout. .48-43, the Lions lead the Terriers here. So we take a look at the last bucket made by the Lions. Off a nice inside-out play between McCusker and Nolan. McCusker with 22 points, including 6 shots from beyond the arc. He's been carrying the BTA offense throughout this game, but he is currently on the bench as BTA looking for other guys to step up and carry that load as they try and maintain their lead. Inbound goes to Nolan. Nolan swings it around to Chan. Chan drives, kicks to Chen, now over to Martin. Martin throws to the corner. Chan running baseline, looking, pass through traffic is taken away by Kukler. Now Meta walking it up, gives to Connors. Connors to Meta. Meta to Connors, tipped by Kleinsasser. Oh, but last touch by Connors, so that's going to be a backcourt violation. Martin with the ball at the top. Slings it over to Chan, back to Martin. Martin gives to Nolan. Nolan inside Kleinsasser, mid-range, hits it. Zach Kleinsasser breaks up the scoring drought there with a nice mid-range jumper. He's got 5 points today. Fisher inside Asikas, gives to Kukler, who's open for the layup. Those moves inside the paint, the off-ball cuts by Asikas and Kukler as Kleinsasser tries to answer, can't hit the layup. Had his own offensive board for a second, but it was knocked loose and picked up by Asikas. Connors throws to Meta. Meta driving in, running floater, won't go. Rebound tipped and saved in bounds and recovered by Asikas. Knocked loose. Fisher gonna try for 3, no good. Rebound by Chen. Chen looking for somewhere to go desperately. Losing control of his dribble, he gets it to Martin, who gets to cross half court, runs in, kicks out. Chan, corner 3, no good. Rebound tipped by Martin, and he goes inside for the second chance. Won't go, but he draws the foul. Good hustle by Kyle Martin for the offensive board there, as we see this replay of the mid-range jumper from Kleinsasser. Martin now going to the line for 2. Off on the first. Subs in for BTA. Caden McCusker and Ian Karanega back into the game. For BUA, Nathan Capellan back in. Martin goes 1 for 2 at the line and becomes just the second Lions player to hit double digits today. He's got 10. Connors off a screen, tries for 3 and hits it. Jack Connors with a strong response there, as it is now a 1-possession game and a timeout is called. Our score with 3:33 to go. BTA 51, BUA 48. For BUA, Jack Connors leading the way with 17 points. Most of those off the 3-ball, as I think he's hit about 4 or 5 threes today. Yeah, in fact, I think his only made shots from the field have been 3s, and then he went 2 for 2 at the line one time. So 5 threes from Jack Connors, as it's been a shooting battle between him and Caden McCusker, who's got 22 points, including 6 3-pointers. But for BUA, they've had a more solid top 3 in their scoring. 17 from Connors, 15 from Kukler, and 13 from Asikis. For BTA, 22 from McCusker, 10 from Martin, and then Nolan is next on the scoring list with 6. Out of the timeout, Martin brings it up. Off a screen, sees a lane, goes in, finger roll won't go, rebound by Kukler. Connors looking for somewhere to go, pressured by Martin, and Martin rips it loose, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow to BUA, or is it possession arrow to, no, a possession arrow to, yeah, it is possession arrow BUA. Now Connors gives to Meta. Meta gives to Connors, back to Meta. There's a brief bit of confusion about who was assigned to cover Meta on the play, but they figured it out. But now BUA floats it inside to Asikis. And Asikis now with 15 points, as the lead is now 1 for the Lions. Martin to Chan. Hands off McCusker. McCusker for 3. No good. Rebound tipped and won by Martin. Martin fighting down low. Shot. How did he make that? Kyle Martin with the clutch basket with no space to shoot. He makes it anyway. 12 points for Martin as he puts BTA back up by 3. Asikis battling at the top of the key. Gives to Meta. Up top Connors. Over to Capellan. Back to Connors. Floats inside Kukler. Turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound Nolan. McCusker walking it up. Starts to drive, sees a lane, goes in and hits it. Great vision by Caden McCusker. 24 points for him today, as he saw that BUA's bigs were spread out covering other players, which left him a wide open driving lane to the basket. Now Asikis with a wide open lane, and he goes in for 2. 17 points for him now, as it's back to a 3-point ball game. Good box out by Kukler as McCusker over-pursued the steal there. McCusker runs in and answers again with the left-hander. Caden McCusker finding his slashing game here in the closing minutes. He's got 26. Asikis to Capellan, over to Meta. Back to Capellan. Back to Meta. BUA looking around. And a timeout is called by the Terriers. But boy, how about this day for Caden McCusker With 1:12 to go, he comes through with back-to-back huge driving layups, able to finish with both hands on those layups. And that is such a weapon, especially here at the high school level. I mean, being able to hit a layup with both hands is basically a given for anyone at the NBA level. But here at the high school level, it's actually a fairly rare trait to be able to finish that consistently. And Caden McCusker, he's had such great touch on his layups, you know, almost as impressive as the touch he's had on his 3 balls today. Again, 6 3-pointers, and only just now has he actually now hit more 2-pointers as he just hit, or no, actually he hasn't. He's got 8 points off his 2-pointers, only 4 shots made from inside the arc, but his last 2 have been huge. After, of course, that big fadeaway, desperate floating shot from Kyle Martin on the putback. That was a huge answer when it was just a 1-point game. Kukler backing down, pass blocked, and it's going to stay BUA ball. Kukler inbounds to Connors. Connors pass across to Fisher. Gives to Capella and tries for 3. That's way off the mark. Rebound by Kleinsasser. Gives to McCusker. McCusker sprinting with it and draws the foul. With 47 seconds to go, BUA purposely fouling to try and give themselves some more time. Still 2 more fouls before they trigger the bonus free throws. But for now, it's an inbound. Kleinsasser floats it into McCusker, who goes up, won't go. Rebound by Kukler. A big break for the Terriers. Are they going to take advantage, though? They still trail by 2 possessions. Connors for 3, hits it. Jack Connors reaches 20, and it's a 2-point game with just over 30 seconds left. McCusker throws over to Prevalon. Prevalon dribbling around, killing some clock, and he gets fouled. 22 seconds left in what is a game that is now really coming down to the wire. 2 points separate the Lions and Terriers with 22 seconds on the clock here in the second half. Inbound goes back to McCusker. McCusker runs it across half court, dribbling around, and a foul is called on Kukler, and that is going to be foul number 7 on the Terriers. And yeah, that is going to be the bonus free throws. I was a little confused for a second, but that is going to trigger the bonus. This is a 1-and-1 free throw. This is important. If McCusker misses his first free throw, he does not get to take his second free throw. If he makes the first one, he gets to take the second. It's a 2-point difference. If he hits both, he makes it a 2-possession ball game, which is everything, with just 14 seconds left on the clock. And he hits the first. Caden McCusker, exactly who the Lions want at the line in this moment. Two for 2. McCusker with ice in his veins as a timeout was called just before the travel. BTA wanted the travel to seal it right then and there with 10 seconds left. But Caden McCusker, cool, calm, and collected in the clutch as he delivers all of the last 6 points for the Lions, including going 2 for 2 at the free throw line to make this a 2-possession ball game with 10 seconds to go. So now, coming out of this timeout, what BUA is going to have to do, they're going to have to sprint up the court, hit a 2-point shot immediately, then try and steal the inbound from BTA and hit another 2-point shot immediately just to tie it. If they could hit a 3-pointer in there somewhere, they would actually manage to take the lead. But for now, their focus is just get that first bucket so they can give themselves a chance here with time not on their side. Kukler chucks it up looking for Connors. Connors throws it to Meta. Meta steps in. 3-ball. No good. Rebound McCusker. And a foul is called. And with 3 seconds left, that's going to seal it. McCusker will go to the line with a chance to potentially reach 30 points for the day, which would be a nice milestone to reach once again, as I know I think he had something like 37 points in a recent game, I think I saw on Instagram. First shot goes. And there's some kind of discussion going on at the scorer's table. I don't know, is BUA trying to sub someone in for the last 3 seconds? I mean, at this point, I hate to be blunt, but at this point the game is over. You can't make 2 baskets in 3 seconds. It just can't happen that fast. Not from the other side of the court. Okay, we do have a sub coming in for the last seconds is number 1, Mason Chen, replacing Yergos Asikas. And Caden McCusker puts a bow on another 30-point outing as the Boston Trinity Academy Lions put a bow on another victory. Our final score, the Boston Trinity Academy Lions 61, the Boston University Academy Terriers 55. What a battle this was between these two teams. An excellent, exciting back-and-forth contest between two teams with two very different styles of play. We saw BTA going heavy on the threes, you know, a game predicated highly on speed, you know, the man defense with help, whereas BUA with the size of guys like Asikas and Kukler, you know, fought a lot more on the inside while also complementing it with an outside shot from Jack Connors, and then operating in more of a little bit more of a zone look, you know, that tried to take advantage again of the size of their forwards down in the paint. But in the end, it was Caden McCusker and the Lions who were able to triumph. McCusker taking advantage of some gaps there in the defense for some driving layups as he completes the 30-point game, as he scores almost half of his team's points. McCusker leading the way with 30, Kyle Martin with 12, Ian Karanega and Zach Kleinsasser with 5 each. Elijah Nolan actually had 6, and Jabrian Prevalon with 3. For BUA, Jack Connors with a strong day from outside. He also hit 6 3-pointers, just like McCusker, but he finished with 20 points. Yergos Asikas with 17, Ollie Kukler with 15, Nathan Capellan with 3, and Veer Mehta with 2. Well, that's going to do it for this live stream. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. And you can check out in the description section down below, you can find out some more information about me, my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments you may have. You can see my email right there as well as the URLs for my Instagram and Facebook accounts. You can follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. BTA 61, BUA 55. From Boston University Academy in Boston, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.